Stand up. I'm a man, only a man, no different from you. Do you not realize that it is against Jewish laws for a Jewish man to come into a non-Jewish home like this? But I received a word from God that has told me to not think of anyone as inferior. So I've come as soon as I was told. How can I help you?
Peter, I too had a vision. I was impressed by God to send for you. He told me to send for you so that you could share with us the message that He gave you.
Well, I see very clearly now that God does not play favourites. In every nation, God has His hand on the people who love Him and do what is right. It does not matter where you're from, who you are. It doesn't matter. As long as you love God, the door is open to you.
You've heard of Jesus?
If you want Jesus, all you have to do is look. The door is open to you.
You've heard of Jesus?
You've heard of Jesus. You've heard of the things He's done on this earth. You've heard of the magnificent things He's done on this earth. You've also heard of His death, His tragic, horrible death that He died. But God has raised Him to life again. God has raised Him to life again. And He, through Jesus, this same Jesus, we receive eternal life. Through Jesus, God offers friendship, hope, forgiveness, and a place in His family.
Peter, this is amazing news. You must stay with us for a while. Do you want to hear more?
Yes.
Stay with us, Peter.
I'll be glad to.
Well, we must be off, investigation and all. Thanks for inviting us, Peter. What strikes me is there are two incredibly different people.
Who?
Peter and Cornelius.
I suppose they are.
In fact, Cornelius is a wealthy, non-Jew military man. Then you've got Peter, who's a Jewish fisherman turned preacher.
And they're both part of God's plan.
Precisely. Not just part of God's plan, but part of God's plan together. Today, a Jewish Christian and a brand new non-Jewish Christian have found something in each other amazing about the way God works.
Yes, I see your point. So,
God's plan.
it's all part of God's plan. Everyone is included.
Exactly. Today, through God's plan, two men have found something about God from each other.
Cornelius needed Peter. Cornelius
Cornelius
needed Peter. Cornelius needed Peter.
Cornelius needed Peter so that he could realise that he could be saved from the mess he was in. Know that God bridged the gap between him and Jesus. But Peter needed Cornelius to realise that non-Jews were included in God's plan as well.
Wow. It's all in God's plan, isn't it?
Exactly. Because God Himself put the hunger in Cornelius for Himself. And then, it was God Himself who satisfied that hunger by allowing Cornelius to turn to Him.